Hi, so for today we're going to talk about simple interest, and this is a part of the engineering economy subject wherein today we are going to discuss the simple interest. Okay, so we're going to solve 7 problems in this video. So let's start first by defining what is an interest. Okay, interest is the amount of money paid for the use of borrowed capital or the income produced by the money which has been loaned. So whenever you try to loan money from someone else, they are adding an interest to that top of the loan so that after some time, when you are going to pay for the borrowed money which you have been loaned, okay, it is actually larger than the original value that you loaned. Okay, that's how interest work. So let me just rewrite right there that this is the interest, I is the interest. So for the simple interest, we have the following formula. We have I equals PIN, where I is the interest. That's the money. That's the amount that is being added to the loan value or loaned money. And then this is the present worth. Okay, the original money that you have borrowed is P, and I is the interest rate is and N is the number of interest period. So now, if we are going to get the total future worth, the interest plus the present worth will be getting this formula. Okay, future worth would be equal to the present worth quantity 1 plus IN, where I, small I, is the interest rate, P is the present worth, N is the number of interest period, and F is future worth. Now, in simple interest, we have two types. We have the ordinary simple interest, wherein if we are going to compute, okay, problem simple interest involving ordinary simple interest, the interest period is 360 days. It means that uh, per month, the count is 30 days only for ordinary simple interest. But for the exact simple interest, it's the exact number of days. Okay? So it's the exact number of days in a month. Okay? So it can be 365 days or 366 days if it is a leap year. If it is a leap year, 366 days. If that is a normal year, then that is 365 days. So leap year happens whenever the year falls actually and divisible by 4. If the year is divisible by 4, then that is a leap year. Okay, so let's try to solve some problems in order for us to understand this type of, okay, to understand the equations. So for number 1, last. So we have number 1, determine the ordinary simple interest. Ordinary simple interest on 700 pesos. That 700 pesos is the present worth you have loaned for 8 months and 15 days. That's the number of interest period. So 8 months and 15 days. So we're going to basically convert these months into days. But we have a hint that this is an ordinary simple interest. Meaning that the months here, okay, the counting of days in a month here is 30 days. So we have 1 month and then we have 30 days here. So if we're going to convert this, this would be 240 days plus our 15 days. That's the total number of days. That's 255 days. Okay? Because that is ordinary simple interest. Now, we have a given that is interest rate is 15%. So it has an interest rate of 15%, or in decimal, that's 0.15. Okay, by the way, our I here is in terms of decimal, not the percentage. So we are going to determine the ordinary simple interest. We're going to use this formula I equals PIN because we are being asked what is the interest. Okay, so we have a 700 pesos here. We have multiplied it by 0.15. Okay. And then, we are going to multiply it by our N. And our N would be the 255 days, okay, all over the 360 days. At least that is for the ordinary simple interest. So we have used 360 days. Okay? So if we are going to compute that using our calculator, so we have 700 multiplied by 0.15 multiplied by, we have 255 all over. Our reference should be 360 because it's ordinary simple interest. So the counting of interest actually per year. So we have 74.375. So we have 74 pesos 375. Okay, that's the interest of the accumulated interest of the borrowed money, 300 or 700 pesos. So during the 8 months and 15 days. Okay. So, number 2. Let's try to solve number 2. So, determine the exact, okay, this is an exact simple interest. So, our point of reference in the days or years can be 365 or 366 days. On 500, so we have present worth of 500 pesos, okay, from the period January 10, okay, to October 28, 1996. Interest rate is 16% interest rate. So the problem is actually asking us what is the interest during this time, okay, from January 10 to October 28. So one thing that we need to keep in mind is that this 1996 is divisible by 4, so this is a leap year. So we have to include February 29. And we are going to start to count the interest, okay, after January 10. So January 10, it has been filed, okay, that in the bank or wheresoever this money was put. So it will start to grow January 11. So we are going to exclude January 10 here. So if we are going to plot it, January 10 to 31, okay, that is the number of days here. So the number of days is 21. We are going to exclude January 10. Okay, so our counting would be 11 to 31. That's exactly 21 days. So for the month of February, since this is a leap year, so it's 29 days. Okay, so for March, March has only 30 days. Okay, so we need to memorize this. April, okay, for April, that's 31 days. April has a 31. Okay. And then we have May. We have May, that is 30 days. And we have June, that is basically 31. The same with the July, 31. Okay. And then we have August, which is actually 30 days. So up to October. So our August, September, I forgot. We still have September. That's 30 days. Okay. August is 31. 31 days. Okay. My mistake, June is 30. So, yeah. So, June is 30. July is 31. August is 31. Up till 31. I'm so sorry. I forgot that should be July and August. And then October, so up to October 28, we're going to include October 28. Okay? So that would be 28 days. So if we're going to add all of the days here, okay, that would be 292 days. So now, we can now find the interest earned during this period of time. So interest would be, the present worth would be 500 multiplied by the interest rate, which is 16, 0.16, and our reference would be 366 days since this is a leap year. This is our N. So how many days? That's 292 days. Okay? So if we are going to compute that, our interest would be 500 times 0.16, and then we have 292 divided by 366 days. Okay? And that equates to, that is equivalent to 63.83. So the interest would be 63.83 pesos. 63.83 pesos. That's the interest. Okay? So we need to understand that we have a 31 for January, we have for April, we have for July, August. Okay? And of course, for October, it has a 31 and then December. Okay? So we have January, April, July, August, October, and December as one having 31 days. So happened that our problem is up to October 28 only. So, but October has a 31 days and the same with December. November has 30. Okay? So, let's try again. Let's try number 3. Okay, let me just copy this. So, number 3, what will be the future worth of money after 14 months if a sum of 1,000 is invested today at a simple interest rate 12% per year? So first, we are going to use the formula F equals P quantity 1 plus IN because it's asking what will be the future worth. The future worth is actually the present worth plus the interest itself. Okay? So how did we get that formula? So it's the present worth plus the interest itself. But we know that I, interest equals PIN. Okay? So that we have P plus PIN. I can factor out P so that we have 1 plus IN, which is our formula here. Okay? That's how it is derived. So, the future worth would be, we have a present worth of 10,000 here. We have a simple interest rate of 12%, which is 0.12. Okay, we have an N equals 14 months. Okay, so it is per year. So our reference would be 12 months. Okay, so 7 over 6. Okay, that would be our N. And then we're going to plug in our equation. So we have 10,000 multiplied by 1 plus our I is 0.12 multiplied by the N, it's 7 over 6. How do we get that? Okay. So we have 10,000 multiplied by 1 plus 0.12 multiplied by 7 all over 6 quantity. So our answer would be 11,400. So the future worth is 11,400. Okay. So that's the future worth of our 10,000 after 14 months with an interest rate of 12%. So number 4, for number 4, let's try to solve this number 4. So it says here, what is the annual rate of interest if 265 pesos is earned in 4 months on an investment of 15,000? Okay, let's just analyze first. Okay. What is the annual rate? Annual rate of interest. Okay. We are being asked of the I. What is the annual rate of the interest? Okay. So we have, if 265 is earned, what is this 265? That is the interest that is earned, 265. In 4 months, on an investment of 15,000, my investment is the present worth of 15,000 in a span of 4 months. So, it's annually. So meaning the interest applies every years. Every year. So our point of reference would be 12 months. So in 4 months, okay? So we have 4 months. Our reference would be 12 months because of 1 years. Okay? So that is 1/3. So again, we have big letter I as the interest, PIN. So manipulating this equation to get this small letter I, the interest rate. So we have a I equals I all over PN. So we have the interest 265 all over the present worth, which is 15,000, multiplied by the N, which is 1/3. Okay? So we have 265 all over 15,000 multiplied by 1/3. Okay. So that would be 0.053. Okay. So 0.053, or in percentage, we can multiply this by 100. It's 5.3%. Okay. So that's the annual rate of interest for number 4. How about for number 5? Let's try. Okay. For number 5, so a loan of 20,000 is 2,000, I mean, is made for 13 months from January 1 to January 31, okay, the following year, at a simple interest rate of 20%. So interest rate is 20%. That's 0.2. So we have a loan of the present worth, which is actually 2,000. That's the loan. Okay. What is the future amount due at the end of the loan period? So from January 1 to January 31, it's actually 13 months. Okay. So because it says January 1 to January 31 the following year. So January 1 to January 1 the following year, that's 12 months. But it says January 31. So we can consider it as what? It can be considered as 13 months. Okay? So our point of reference is still months. Okay? Since this is simple interest every year. So we have 12 months here. Okay, 13 over 12. Okay? So calculating using our future worth formula, P quantity 1 plus IN. So I have the present, which is 2,000, multiplied by 1 plus the interest rate is 0.2, and then the N is the 13 over 12 because of 13 months with a point of reference of 1 year, 12 months. Okay. So what will be our answer for this problem? So let me just open again my calculator. So we have 2,000 multiplied by 1 plus 0.2 multiplied by 13 over 12. So that is basically equal to 2,433.33. So the money, the future word would be 2,433.33 pesos. So that's the future amount. Okay. So for number 6, if you borrow from your friend with a simple interest rate of 12%, so we have interest rate of 12%, that's a 0.12. Okay, find the present worth. The present worth is the actual, we are going to solve for the present worth, which is due at the end of uh, 9 months. So N would be 9 months all over the 12 months. Our point of reference is still per year. Okay? So, find the present worth of 20,000. 20,000 is not the present worth because we are actually trying to find the present worth. But that is the future worth, 20,000. So, the problem is asking what is the initial loan that we have borrowed, okay, from our friend. So from our formula, we have F P 1 plus IN. I'm going to isolate P. So we have P equals F all over 1 plus IN. So I can write this, okay? I can reciprocate this by negating its exponent. So we have F multiplied by 1 plus IN raised to negative 1, okay? So that can be the formula, or this can be also the formula, okay? Whichever you are comfortable. It's still the same. So plugging in our given, so we have 20,000 multiplied by 1 plus our I is actually 0.12. Our N would be 9 over 12 or 3/4. It's still the same. Okay? So the present worth should be less than the future worth because the money has already grown into an interest. So we have 20,000, 1, 2, 3. Then 1 plus 0.12. And then we have 9 over 12 or 3/4 quantity. So the present worth or the future worth is no, it's not correct. So we still have to negate this, raise this to negative 1. So that's what I forgot. Okay, raise this to negative 1 so that we got the correct answer. So that is 18,348.62. So 18,348.62. I just forgot the negative 1. So we should write the negative 1 to get the correct answer. Okay. So still, if we try to change this into its lowest term, 3/4, 9 over 12 is also equal to 3/4, still the same answer that we're going to get. So the present worth is less than the future worth because the money has already grown in the future worth with a simple interest during the 9 months. Okay. So for number 7, I will leave you this as an assignment problem. Okay. So the answer here would be 955. The answer here for number 7 would be 955.71. Okay. 0.74. 0.74. Okay. So determine the exact simple interest of 5,000 for the period of January 15 to November 28 if the interest rate is 22%. So this problem is actually from January 15 to November 28, 1992. Okay? Okay, that is in 1992. So our answer for this problem should be what? 955. Okay, 955.71. 74 because this is a leap year. Okay? So, if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. We will be continuing our lessons all about engineering economy on the next videos about this. So, thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this channel or video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Again, this is Engineer Abat. See you again when I see you.